It's funny seeing everyone cry like this. This man was so humiliating, so embarrassing. He brought shame to hell. Everyone in hell hated him. He cried about it for centuries, not realizing it was because he did something so unbelievable that it brought shame to everyone living there. And they did something once seen as unfathomable in the Inferno. Good morning, hellions, angels, and beyond. I'm Sol, the angelic Grim Reaper in training, and I hope you're having a good and sexy day. Within the Inferno, it's pretty hard to make anyone so angry that the public demands some form of retribution. Being evil, a little fucked up even, is expected. However, this was too much, even for them, but not in the way you're expecting. To this man once hailed as a god to some, it was inevitable. They canceled him. He was so shameful that even hell had to cancel him. And then he released an apology video saying it was just a prank. Why are you taking it so seriously? I was joking. Come on. Sorry I hurt your feelings or whatever. This man was known as the Demon King, the Prince of Darkness, the King of Evil. But the reason for him being the shame of hell, an embarrassment to all demon kind, because he picked a fight with two kids who weren't even 12, lost, and was so upset about losing, he trapped them in a petty reincarnation cycle for eons and kept losing to them over and over again until finally the spell was broken. This man is the king of the gerudos, Ganondorf. For the privacy of those involved, as well as legality reasons, we're going to be censoring the names and faces of those involved. If you have any information about the situation or anything I may have missed or was lost in translation, please let me know. I do my research, but mistakes are only natural. Formerly known as Demise, Ganondorf was someone who was once respected and feared. He conquered time itself. How could that not be something to look at with fear? Even the golden goddesses were afraid of him. They were so scared of his potential for destruction that they had to hide the world's ultimate power, the Triforce. To summarize his whole deal, Helia and its 5 tribes bound together to fight against the ruthless Demon King, managing to seal him away and keep peace among the world. Over the centuries, the Demon King was trying to break free from his seal, only to get repelled and sealed in even further. While this was happening, his servant was trying to bust him out, hunting down Princess Zelda to take her soul for the resurrection, and also having to deal with Link, who was trying to stop him in hunting down the Triforce. In the end, the man was resurrected, only to be slain by Link, and it was in this moment, however, that this pathetic cycle of shame and humiliation began for the Demon King. You fight like no man or demon I have ever known, he had started. Though this is not the end, my hate never perishes. It is born anew in a cycle with no end. I will rise again. Those like you, those who share the blood of the goddess and spirit of the hero, they are eternally bound to this curse, and an incarnation of my hatred shall ever follow your kind, dooming them to wander a blood-soaked sea of darkness for all time. For those who don't know, within the infernal and celestial realm, we can view the realm of the livings, all different variations of it, like a TV almost. Some people use these funky orbs, some use viewing pools, or they just keep it simple and use their phone or computer. When this was happening, Demise's guardian angel was going insane. They were screaming, yelling for Demise to shut up, but we're not allowed to interfere. We can't intervene in any way, shape, or form with any of the living realms, so his guardian angel had to be physically held back. But then Demise finally died, and he made his way to hell. Everyone's socials blew up, trying to find what circle of hell he made his way to. They found him in the 7th circle, with all these videos dropping about how this guy was beefing with middle schoolers and lost, pulled out a whole curse and everything. After a week, the commotion all died down and everyone was bored with it. And as time went on, his curse came true. He was resurrected as Lord Ganondorf, and with him, Princess Zelda and the hero Link were resurrected in turn. Again, and again, and again. With every death of Ganondorf, we saw his return in the 7th circle, becoming a laughingstock over and over again. With every return, he would post on his SynTube about how much he hates those kids, his next plan, his favorite moments in his previous life. Until one day, he didn't leave. He stayed. And that's when he dropped the video.
It has come to my attention that within the Inferno I'm seen as a joke. Frankly, I don't see why you're so mad. Sure, I was fighting against these 2 kids, but clearly none of you understand the nuance of it. I fought those kids for over 70 of my lifetimes. The Grim Reaper has had enough of me. I've always been a bit of a prankster, a bit of a troublemaker. Growing up, I scraped the cream out the Oreos, and throw that shit away. Just ate the cookies, so what? Stay up past my bedtime to watch Family Guy and South Park. Offended? Don't care. Remember Lamo? That was me. Cry about it. Honestly, the fact that everyone's so up in arms about it just shows how successful I was. It was just a prank. I was just messing with those kids. Like, what? Are you crying? It was just a prank. Anyways, I trapped those kids in a reincarnation loop for centuries and made them suffer over and over again. Isn't that the perfect prank? Come on. I gotta do some world domination in between seeing those stupid babies crying too. It's just a prank. Are you taking it so seriously? I was joking. Come on. Sorry I hurt your feelings or whatever. Shame the hell, humiliation to demons literally just means you're all too stupid to understand. God, if anything, it's better that way. It's funny seeing everyone cry like this. Maybe if you open your eyes, you'll understand the complexity and ingenious it takes to understand my plot and what I put Hyrule through. But clearly, everyone in this realm is too stupid to make any sense of it. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
I traveled to the 7th Circle and managed to secure an interview with the King of the Gerudos, Ganondorf. He was more than happy to discuss the whole situation with me. Hi, Mr. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I bet it is. What questions did you have, Brett?
Not many. I won't take too much of your time, I promise. So, for my first question, what stirred you to place the curse on in the beginning? If you weren't aware, when it first occurred, your guardian angel was in pure uproar trying to intervene despite angel laws.
In the moment of my death, I realized I could make those kids suffer for eons if I placed that curse on them. Sure, the Grim Reaper fucking hated me for it, but seeing the faces on those kids every new life cycle was hilarious. It was truly ingenious of me. My guardian angel really had nothing to worry about, honestly. It was all part of the plan.
So, you think the cycle of reincarnation and constantly falling to them over and over again was worth it?
Excuse me?
I mean, think about it. Based on your behavior now and in your previous videos, you seem so genuinely infuriated with the Hyrulean kids. Yet, every time, you continue to boast your next plot, only to post about how annoying they were when you were killed in the next life. So is this a cover-up on your actual feelings? Were you genuinely trying your hardest and feeling the embarrassment and shame that hell was putting on you for being so prideful and fighting against children? And constantly losing, and now you're pretending that was the point the entire time? That it was a joke on them, and everyone's too stupid to understand?
Cut the interview. It's fucking out of my face. Cut the cameras, dead ass. Cut the cameras.
Unfortunately, that's where the interview ended, and all I managed to get out of Ganon. If you have any thoughts about the situation, or anything you'd like me to cover in the future, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching!